Welcome back. Another episode of There and Back Again. Episode 2. We've got episode 1 out of the way. Now we know what we're doing. Now we're professional. Like, we're going to not have this swingy thing in our way to distract everybody. Already made enough money from episode 1 to upgrade from that crappy car to this nice van. Has air conditioning and stuff. I sometimes feel bad about driving the van to work because it's a giant van and it can hold like 8 people or something, and it's just me. But I don't feel bad enough to drive the crappy car that doesn't have air conditioning in Florida. Even though it's not that hot anymore. The weather's like cooled down substantially, but you don't understand that in Florida it's not about the heat. I mean, it is frequently about the heat, but it's really about the humidity. The humidity sucks so bad. You just like it'll be like, 80 degrees, which you wouldn't think that 80 degrees not that bad, but you're every tiny drop of sweat just sticks to you and makes you feel that sound is how the humidity is in Florida. If you've never experienced Florida's humidity, just imagine feeling a really interesting Twitter conversation today. Which is a question. It was a question somebody asked me. It's a question I've thought about in the past about what kind of person is it that feels like they have to get out and accomplish something in life? And what kind of person is it that's basically content to just, I don't want to say be lazy or coast through, because that seems like it's dismissive, but just sort of like put your head down, go to do the work, kind of have fun when you get done, and that's the end of it. Because I'm the first kind of person. I'm the kind of person that in my mind I'm capable of something amazing and great, and I have the dreams of doing something really cool. And I think if you're that kind of person, it's easy to dismiss the other kind of person that's just happy with where they're at and who they are. I don't know that that's the way it should be. I don't know that one kind of person's better than the other kind of person. If you're happy with who you are, if you don't have some kind of a big thing that you want to accomplish in your life, if you don't want to make $1 million, if you don't want to write the great American novel, or create the next great work of art. Because the thing is, the problem with this is you grow up your whole life and they tell you these stories over and over about the people who have dreams, either the true stories or the fake stories or whatever. But in the stories, the person always gets to the end of the story and they always create the great thing that they wanted to create. They're always fulfilled and successful and get their dream at the end. And from my perspective, that is not often the case. Just because that you want to do something and you think that you can do it and you strive for it, and and there's this sort of sense that if you don't make it, then you're somehow a failure. That you didn't try hard enough, that it's your fault. And that's not always necessarily true. Life sometimes just sucks. Not everything you do is going to be successful. I think that there's a lot to just trying over and over again and trying different things, and if one thing doesn't work, not getting too discouraged and moving on to the next thing. But even so, there's no guarantee. There's no promise that you're gonna make it in life, that you're gonna become that successful, that you can attain your dream. Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll fail. Maybe it's better to be the kind of person that just doesn't care. And not even just doesn't care, but they don't have that drive to create something and become something, and they're just happy with who they are and where they're at and what they're doing. And I mean, at least there you're not going to be disappointed. Clearly my new rig is not perfect yet. I wanted to fall off the dashboard. I need to put some rubber grippers on it or something. It does not maintain with the dashboard that well. But I'm done talking anyway. For now, we'll catch you on the flip side. See what the day's like after it's over. Alright, so in an attempt for like some kind of visibility, I've actually stopped next to the red box on my way home where there's some light coming in, and that way if a cop pulls up I can be like, I'm getting a red box movie. This has not been a good day. The highlights of my day have been being screwed over by other people who were too proud to accept help while they were screwing me over from me. It's like, you're doing this wrong, I will do it for you. I will take this job and I will do your job that you're not doing very well. You're doing it badly. Let me do it correctly and you can go do my easier job that I'm now, like, in addition to it being easy already because you're going so slowly, now it's like super easy. So it won't be as easy because I'll be doing my job, which was your job. Anyway, I don't get that. You think you're saving face? Somehow you think that, like, that if you just keep going and keep screwing it up, that people are going to be okay? There is no face to save. It has fallen off of your skull. It's on the floor. We all noticed. Also, I forgot to do the podcast title. So that's a thing. Like, I wrote the blog post, when was it? Like, earlier today. Whatever time it was, like 10 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, I cannot think of a good title for this podcast. And then I just forgot about it. And then Tony texts me like 5 minutes, like it's 5 to 1, and I get a text from Tony. He's like, do you have any ideas for the podcast title? And I was like, dang it. Because I could have been thinking about it for like 9 hours while I was at work. You know, waiting on other people who wouldn't let me help them. But I forgot. So, just generally a screw-up day for Albert. But it's okay. Tomorrow's another one. Tomorrow it's going to be daylight again. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to play with my kid. I'm going to write something. I've got a story I have to write. That's going to be awesome. I have ideas. I've been thinking about my ideas for my story, so I'm not going to let it get me down. It's a new day tomorrow with no mistakes in it. My favorite part of Anne of Green Gables, or actually Anne of Avonlea, the second one. Best chick flick ever, by the way. Best chick flicks of all time. Anne of Green Gables, Anne of Avonlea. Do not talk to me about that awful, awful third movie. Anyway, tomorrow is a new day with no mistakes in it. Good night.